Let's talk about cryptocurrencies and the future of money. Hello, my name is Ola, and on this channel, I explain personal finance, investing, and the economy in simple English. So, if you haven't already, please subscribe and join my exciting community. Of course, on this channel, you would know that I'm very particular about investing for the future. I.e., when you are investing, don't think about what has happened in the past, but be able to predict what's going to happen in the future, right? That is the skill, and that's where the money is. So today I'll be talking about cryptocurrencies and giving you my take on the pros and cons and what it means for the future of money. First, what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency basically is a digital asset that serves as a means of exchange. Now, the records of the owners or holders of this digital asset is kept in a ledger, like a very techie ledger called blockchain technology. So let's look at the history of money. Where did we start from? We started from trade by barter. So we used to exchange a bag of maize for 2 bags of corn or whatever, right? Then we got to a point where we would probably use like maybe gold in exchange for stuff or some precious metal. Then we moved to a point where we had paper that was proof. So you would have gold kept somewhere, and the paper was proof for the amount of gold that was kept by the central bank, right? But currently, what we have is that the money that is in circulation is backed by trust. How did that happen? So as we began to create money through debt and lending and repayment, what happened was that the quantity of money in circulation was just too much for any central bank to be holding gold to back it up. So fundamentally, the money in circulation right now is backed by trust. But then the world is going digital. The world is going techie. Everything is going online. Please tell me, why can't we have a digital currency? And that's what cryptocurrency basically is. It's a medium of exchange. And if you think about it from that angle, it begins to make some sense. Like, I really understand. A lot of people are like, what's all this? What's happening? Right? But when you begin to think about it as a medium of exchange and the fact that it's digital, then it can make some sense. Now, about acceptance globally, some countries have outrightly banned. Yeah, it's not happening. Like Nigeria. Some other countries have profiled it like a commodity, like Canada, where it's not necessarily a currency, but they are treating it like a commodity where you're exchanging one commodity for the other. It sort of sounds like trade by barter. And in some other countries like Germany and co, it's sort of part of the system. So they have exchanges and all that, and it's well embraced, right? So these are like the three broad spectrums of how countries have accepted it. However, for businesses, a lot of businesses are beginning to adopt cryptocurrencies as one of their means of payment. And very soon, we will be able to buy a Tesla with cryptocurrency. Isn't that cool? Like, it sounds actually very cool. And I like the evolution of things. I like the fact that things are changing right before my eyes. It is very, very exciting to watch. Now, back to Economics 101 class for those that studied economics and accounting and stuff like that, right? What are the major characteristics of money? And let's compare cryptocurrencies to it, right? So is it fungible? Yes. Is it portable? Yes. Is it secure? Yes. Is it scarce? Yes, it is. And now, a new feature. Is it smart? Yes, it is totally digital. And those are like major pros of cryptocurrencies. So what are the cons of cryptocurrencies? The first thing is that it's not regulated or guided by any sovereign entity like any government. Fine, the cryptocurrency exchanges are required by law to provide details of the people that are on their exchange, like the registered users of their exchange, but that's where it ends. To know who bought what and who sold what to who, you can't find that out. It is totally encrypted and it's totally confidential. Now, that is good from a personal security perspective, but it's not good from a social security perspective where people can use that platform to make payments for all sorts and to fund illegal activities and blah, 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 blah. So there's that part, and it is quite major. And this is one of the major reasons why a lot of governments are not comfortable with it. Now, another thing that is quite disconcerting about it is the fact that it is decentralized, meaning that there's nobody to hold. Yeah. There's no central person you can talk to fix things or to change things or to give direction, blah blah blah. It is free for all, which is actually, for me personally, I actually like the idea because a lot of things that were held sacred by some certain people are beginning to just scatter, right? Power is literally changing hands to the people. For me, whilst there are pros and there are cons, right? There are advantages and disadvantages, right? I think I see more of the advantages. I see it as a fantastic medium of exchange. I see the world as we know it evolving into a digital existence. So why shouldn't you have a digital currency, right? That you can make payments with? Like that makes all the sense in the world to me. But then the question comes up of what drives the volatility that we see. But think about it. Most currencies that are actively traded are highly volatile. Like the exchange rate moves like that. So I see it as a currency that is being traded and is bound to be volatile, also because it is limited in supply. So one person's demand can just sway the market. Of course, as more and more cryptocurrencies come into the market, then it can become stable, right? And if Bitcoin is overpriced, we can look for Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever and still make our payments, right? And so it will balance itself out. That is the way I see it. But in terms of volatility, just think about it like FX. You don't necessarily hold FX as an asset. You hold FX as a means of exchange. Like I want to do a trade. That's why I'm buying FX. Now, if you're just buying FX for FX sake, then you're speculating and whatever you see, you take. That's literally the way I see cryptocurrencies. Now, of course, it can be quite disconcerting for governments and blah 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 blah, but the world is legitimately changing. And if we as a human society evolved from accepting gold to accepting paper, think about how the people that were using gold and saw paper would have felt, right? So it's normal and it will take some time. But then if you are someone that is looking to position yourself for the future and you plan to be alive in the next 50 years, these things will probably be mainstream in 50 years, right? Legitimately mainstream. So don't be late to the party, right? I'm not saying you should go and trade, but think of it as a medium of exchange and it makes more sense. But think about it logically. When the Wright brothers said you could fly a plane in the sky, people said it was impossible until they did it. So why do you think this can happen? Just a thought. The world is legitimately changing. Position yourself for the future. Trust this was useful. I really want to have your comments, questions, thoughts, confusions, everything. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready for you, right? Bring it on. And don't forget that you can't outsource your health and your finances. And my name is Ola. Follow me on social media, Ola Oladile everywhere. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.